we're going to talk about phase shifts. So that is when we're shifting, we're sliding our graph left or right. So if you have something that's being added in or subtracted, what that does is it slides the graph left or right. So if you're adding something to your x, that's going to slide the graph left. And in trig, we call that the phase shift. Phase shift. Okay, so originally what a cosine graph does, I'll just write it in yellow. Okay, so usually a cosine, the period is 2 pi. So I split it up into the 4 pieces. Let's see, 3 pi over 2. Okay, and then cosine, you start at the top, cos downhill. Okay, so here's my original cosine. Okay, now we have a phase shift. To move left, that gives us a phase shift of negative pi over 4. It's just the opposite of whatever that sign is. The phase shift would have the opposite. It's just the opposite of pi over 4. Okay, so what's going to happen is that our entire graph just comes over pi over 4. So these points just shift over to the left. And there you have it. There's one period. Okay, so here's my original, let's see, here's the middle, A, B, C, D, and E. Okay, we used to have this point right here at 0 and 1. So this is -1, that's 1. Okay, but now A has shifted, so we're back. Okay, we started right back there because of that shift, that phase shift. So now we're at negative pi over 4 and 1. Okay, and then B, that was this original point right here at pi over 2, but we've shifted back. Okay, so that would be at pi over 4, 0. All right, and then let's see, we're counting by pi's over 4. So this would be at pi over 4. There's 1 pi over 4, 2 pi's over 4, 3 pi's over 4, 5 pi's over 4, 6 pi's, and 7 pi over 4. All right, so C went from being right here, oh, down here, there it is. That's it, okay, to now it's shifted left. All right, so instead of pi, now we're 1 little fourth of a pi less than that. So we're at 3 pi over 4 and -1. All right, so instead of 3 pi over 2 here, we're a little pi over 4 minus, less than that. Okay, so we're at, instead of 6 pi over 4, we'd be at 5 pi over 4 and 0, and then getting back to 7 pi over 4. All right, so there's the key points. So that's the idea with phase shift. Okay, now if you have a function where you have a negative in front of your x, what you want to do is just use the idea of odd and even functions. So you basically can just, since sine is an odd function, you would just rewrite that as negative sine x, and then cosine is an even, and so the cosine of the opposite of x is the same thing as cosine of x. Okay, so just rewrite those using the odd and even principles. Okay, and then here's, just so you've got this in your notes, of the phase shift, that is whatever's being subtracted from B. Okay, so let's do a few more examples. Okay, so this is not written in the general form of a sinusoidal graph, which needs to be in the form y equals a times the cosine of k times x minus b. Okay, so we have our amplitude. K is what affects the period. Okay, so our period would be 2 pi divided by K. And then that number right over there, that is our phase shift. So sometimes this isn't quite written that way. And so I don't want to have my 3 multiplied times my x. I just need to factor that out. So basically you're just dividing everything by 3. Okay, so I'm just going to rewrite that as the opposite of the cosine of, okay, I factored my 3 out, so now I have x plus, let's see, pi over 2 divided by 3 is the same thing as multiplying by the reciprocal of 3, so it would be plus pi over 6. Okay, so there we go. Now we can see that my amplitude is 1, because this would be like a -1 times the cosine. All right, so the amplitude is 1, and my period would be 2 pi divided by, right, there's my k, so divided by 3. And then my phase shift is negative pi over 6. All right, so because of that negative right here, this means that my graph is also reflected about the x-axis. All right, so it's helpful to think about what an original cosine would be. Usually a cosine has a period of 2 pi. All right, but now our period is 2 pi over 3. Okay, so I'm going to split that into my 4 pieces. Okay, half of 2 pi over 3 would be 1 pi over 3. Half of pi over 3 is pi over 6. So there's 1 pi over 6, 2 pi's over 6. All right, that simplifies to pi over 2. All right, so we would have typically cosine starts at the top and cos down, but since it's the opposite of that, we're going to start at the bottom and go up, back to the middle, and down. All right, nice. And then I can think about these key points, D and E. Okay, so those key points, before we dealt with a phase shift, we would have A was at 0, -1. B is at pi over 6, 0. C is at pi over 3, 1. D is at pi over 2, 0. And then E is at 2 pi over 3, -1. And then we'll just use our phase shift. So our phase shift being negative pi over 6, that's just going to slide my graph over to the left. Okay, so this will be what my graph looks like now when it's just been slid over. So we basically just subtract pi over 6 from all of our key points. So now our key points are over here. So we would go to subtract pi over 6 from the x value there. We would have negative pi over 6, -1. This one would go to 0, 0. Then we would have pi over 6, 1. Subtracting pi over 6. What do we have? Pi over 2 minus pi over 6. Get a common denominator, right? So then we would have 2 pi over 3, which is, or sorry, over 6, which is just pi over 3. And this one goes to pi over 2, -1, right? So we had 2 pi over 3 minus pi over 6, get a common denominator, so that would be 4 pi over 6 minus pi over 6, which is, let's see, 3 pi over 6, which is, oh sorry, this is so messy, pi over 2. Okay, so that's basically what you're doing to get your points, is you're just subtracting that phase shift from the x values of your key points. And there's our graph. Okay, so let's do our next one. In this one, we're going to do a similar process. We are going to end up having to use the fact that sine is an odd function. And we also have a horizontal shift or a vertical shift upwards. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to look at is the fact that I have some numbers inside the parentheses there. Okay, so I'm going to factor out my negative 1/2. And so I'd get 1 plus 2 times the sine of, factor out negative 1/2. And so I would get x. We're basically dividing by negative 1/2, right? Dividing by negative 1/2. Pi over 6 divided by negative 1/2 is the same thing as pi over 6 times the reciprocal. So that would be negative 2 pi over 6, which is negative pi over 3. So then that allows me to see what k is and also what the phase shift is. However, we notice there's this negative, okay? So that's not the way the general form is written. So we need to use the fact that sine is an odd function. Now, what odd functions do is if you put in the opposite of f of x into your function, what comes out is the opposite of the entire function. Okay, so what this allows us to do is, I'm going to kind of scoot over here. This would give us that y is equal to 1 minus 2 sine of 1/2. So instead of the opposite of 1/2, I'm bringing that negative out in front of my function. So then that would be times x minus pi over 3. So that's by the fact that sine is odd. Excellent. So now I can start analyzing my function. This tells me I have a horizontal or a vertical shift up. All right, that minus means that I have a reflection across the x-axis. 2, that gives me my amp, which is 2. 1/2 tells me my k. So then the period I can find by taking the original period of sine, which is 2 pi, and I divide it by k, so divide it by 1/2. 2 pi divided by 1/2 is the same thing as 2 pi times the reciprocal of 1/2. So this would be 4 pi. And then my phase shift is pi over 3. Okay, excellent. So all that information, I have my amplitude, I have my period, and I have my phase shift. So now I'm going to draw this graph out without any phase shift first. So vertical shift up, that means that the center of the graph, instead of being the x-axis, is now going to be up at y equals 1. Period is, the amplitude is 2, so that means I go all the way up to 2 units above and all the way down 2 units from that center of 1. Okay, now my period is 4 pi. Half of that is 2 pi. Half of that is pi. So I break my sine into its 4 pieces, and then sine typically goes from the middle and climbs up, but since it's reflected across the x-axis, it's going to go down, back to the middle, up, and back. Okay, so that would be what the graph looks like without any phase shift. And now I need to deal with the phase shift. So since I have a phase shift of pi over 3, that's just going to shift everything over to the left by pi over 3. So we'd scoot everything over a little bit. So that's what my graph is going to look like. And we can figure out what those key points are. So this is going to be A, this is going to be B, C, D, and E. And originally on sine, we would be at 0, 1. We'd be at pi negative 1, 2 pi 1, D was at 3 pi 3, and E, right, these original key points before we dealt with the phase shift. So these original ones do deal with that vertical shift up. They deal with it being reflected across the x-axis, and we also have that amplitude of 2. Okay, and now we just apply our phase shift. So we're going to add pi over 3 to each x value. Our y's are going to be the same, but all we're doing here is adding pi over 3 to the x value. So pi plus pi over 3 would be over 1, right? You're just getting common denominator, 3 pi over 3 plus 1 pi, that would be 4 pi over 3. This one would be 2 pi plus pi over 3, just get a common denominator there. So it'd be 6 plus 1 more pi's over 3, so that'd be 7 pi over 3. The next one is 10 pi over 3 and 13 pi over 3. Okay, so that's how you get to your new key points applying that phase shift.